I was just trying to do my best to stop and just go on and relax a little bit before my flight. But can you imagine? I still found another section of quilts that I had not shared with y'all yet. I didn't share this on Facebook yet, Instagram, or YouTube. So I said, you know what? Let me just hurry up and get on. And then so hopefully you can see at least a good number of the quilts in this last section. But you know what? That one right there, taking a bath, caught my eye, of course, as I was trying to leave. So, the other part of why I wanted to share this particular section of quilts that are on display is because these are the Group and Bee quilts. Now, there's many of us who are members of guilds, members of guilds with these, excuse me, within our guilds, and there's many of us that come together and sew, whether it's on block exchanges or some sort of gathering, right? I've certainly have done block exchanges for the last several years with my group. I've been a member of bees within my quilt guilds as well, and I tell you, there's just something about when you come together and you sew and have the opportunity, excuse me, to sew with people who enjoy sewing the same thing that you enjoy sewing and also coming together and challenging each other. We usually do challenge each other quite a bit. And when I'm facilitating one, I try to take it up a notch because I also try to do that in the quilt retreats that I facilitate too. I try to expose people to new things so that at least they try it. And sometimes what you find is that the things that challenges us the most, we just need to practice it or hear something different that helps us understand how to do it. Just like anything else in learning, right? In life, you just need the right teacher in the right moment, or you need things to finally click. And I will, without further ado, I'm going to get to these quilts because I love the fact that these individuals have come together. They are making oh, no problem. Thank you. Thank you so much. They've come together to make these wonderful quilts. And you might be thinking, how in the world do they come together and pick how the final quilt will look, right? So Carolyn Shaw, God rest her soul, did a wonderful talk last year here at QuiltCon about how to organize your quilt bee or your quilt group so that y'all choose a color palette of fabrics, you choose the piecing that will be done, so whether it's improvisational, more traditional, or abstract, and then how y'all plan out the work throughout the year, because usually it may take about a year for y'all to get it all together, and then how you plan to get together to put it all together, right? And make sure that everything flows in the end and make any last adjustments that you might need to make. So that was an excellent, excellent, excellent talk that she gave last year. And I certainly would say that most of the groups and bees that are being put quilts in this show for this special exhibit did the same. And I would say, like, say for this an example, you see each individual face. Everyone's face has something that's bringing it together. Oh, I just love it. Some people are winking, some people have their eyes open, but the color palette is bringing it together, and certainly the size and overall quilting definitely. Oh, that was a third place by Palama. Love it. Hillary Glendon's group. Love it. Here you can see how every row has been used. I would dare to say that each member who did this one basically made a row, and the aesthetic that was chosen. Is that 60s? Is that 1960s houses, architecture houses? It says Atomic Avenue, my kind of neighborhood, a very neat, clean neighborhood. Potluck. I love it. I love the colors in that. Absolutely. I love the improvisational log cabins in this one. I love the fact that they put their blocks together to make the word art here. Together we make art is the title of this. Well done by this group in particular. Absolutely love that. Love the placement of the letters. I love the use of the orange and yellow, and then the fact that the blue pops on top of the warm colors. Love it. Absolutely love this exquisite quilt number 5. Look at the improvisational piecing that's going on throughout each of the blocks. So everything is machine piece. I don't think I see much applique going on. So again, there was some rules set at the beginning, and people made their blocks, and then they came together to put them together to ensure that they laid nicely. So what you see hopefully, is that how they've gone from the black background blocks up in this area, and then they've transitioned to negative space being made with white blocks down there, and in the middle you have a bit of a mix, right? So again, good choice of placement of those blocks as well as the colors that are used inside the blocks. Now there's something going on here because I see a man running almost. I see some stuff. I see some stuff. I think I even see a raccoon down there. I see a little bit of everything in there. So I would love to read what the inspiration for that is. Weaver. I love this. Do you see how the colors are being woven in and out throughout the quilt top? I love it. And maybe it's more of the fact that they're transitioning the shading of color from one side to the other. Maybe they're all darker on the ends and lighter in the middle. Maybe that's more of what it is. Maybe I'm seeing more of a burst of color in the middle and a darkening in the edges. I think that's it. So I love it. I love it. Now look how I had to sit there and think about that. I love a quilt that makes me think. Look at that. Oh, that reminds me of that. What was that game back in the day? Q-tip or Q something that where the little animated thing used to hop down the cubes, and if he fell off the side, you lost your life. Well, I always think about that video game every time I see this quilt block. Um, Look how, though, what they've done, which is not traditionally done, is that they have put a circle at the intersection. So those circles are not traditional to this quilt pattern when you make the block. And I love the fact that they have done that. That just really makes it stand out. And I think if you look at the overall quilt, you see how they've gone from the warm colors at the top. Let me see if I can do this with this other hand. You see the warm colors at the top, and as you go down, you go to your cooler colors. So the color placement has been used in that as well. Yeah, I would not expect anything else from a group quilt being done by a wonderful group. Let me see, what else do we have? We have, let me see, is this also the same section? Let me just make sure. Nope, that's the end of the group quilts. Well, I think I've got them all in now. I think I've got them all in. So between Facebook, Instagram, and what did I say? Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I think I've got every section covered. I think I've shown um every quilt. I hope you've enjoyed seeing them, and I'm truly going to go and relax now before my flight. I promise. This is the last thing. I promise. Although I am thinking about one more thing. I know I just made that promise. I made that promise, but I am thinking about showing the vendors one more time because today is Sunday and a lot of people travel back early. So it's a little thinner here today. So Sunday afternoons, late mornings, afternoons are very, I'd say, light from an attendance standpoint, similar to Thursdays. So it might be a little easier to show you some of the vendor booths before I leave. And I might pick up one or two things myself while I'm out there. So anyway, let me stop this video now and let's see what the vendors have to offer. Talk to you later. Always have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and have a fabulous